If somehow we changed worlds and you were able to rewrite your life, how would you rewrite it? Hey, Jason here. Been watching the channel. You've been seeing me go through Johannesburg, showing you how beautiful of a place it is here, man. Just had another great day at the market today. I just buying some fruits and veggies. And if you want to see that video, make sure you check it out on TikTok. And most importantly, you be seeing me talk about success, what it is, and how to get it in the three areas of life that I focus on, which are happiness, health, and wealth. And if you're new to the channel, the definition of success by Earl Nightingale is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And I think people having and living the life they want is a very worthy idea. And so I really want to talk about this subject today. And that's why I asked in the beginning with the question, if we somehow switch to another world, how would, and you were able to rewrite your life, how would you? Do you know how your life will be, what you would want for it, what that dream life will look like? And the reason why I'm asking is because I don't think a lot of us are aware what happened because of the year 2020. Because of that big event that locked down the whole world, we're on a new world now. The whole world closed down. That doesn't happen. And there's a reason why that don't happen. When the world shut down, everything changes. And because everything has changed now, every country is racing to try to figure out how to become a producer of something. And where most of these countries are not hitting the mark is things like tourism, stuff like this. But also with people, that means there was a reset. There was a reset in money. And what I mean by that is because the world shut down, it forced technology to accelerate faster than it was supposed to, or it was intended to. And if you was a person just working a 9 to 5 job or working for a company, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, you were busy. Like you didn't have the opportunity to be on different trainings, go to different seminars, see the things that were in the working as the world was slowly opening back up. And this is how I was able to actually accelerate how much financial literacy I started understanding. And this is how I was able to start getting financial literacy from people who most of us don't have access to. I'm just going to be honest with you about it. And now because I know who they are, it's easier for me to just consume all of their information. And even I forget sometimes that maybe because like you, if you're working a 9 to 5, if you're busy, supporting and taking care of your family, like you don't have the free time that I have. And it's not easy to find the right people. There's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people out there who just don't know what they're talking about too. Some people have good intentions. They just don't have all the information. And so because I was able to really, really spend a lot of time and go to very big high ticket seminars and things like that, it accelerated my understanding of things on a bigger level. And it's weird. I didn't understand it as I was going through how much knowledge I was gaining, but it was teaching me business level on an international scale. I didn't know I was learning. If you know about the 4 quadrants with Rich Dad Poor Dad, I was learning all of the big business and investor skill sets. And so that's how I resemble my life, mirror my life today. Now I do it on my level. So there's levels to this. And this is what I wanted to really talk about because this came from someone leaving a comment on one of my shorts where I was talking about the show I Blew It and how financial literacy is very important. And it was like, well, the person, what is would have been a good thing for them to do? And I said, if they would have learned how to make money for them, that would have been the universally correct thing to do. And let me know if you agree with this or not. Now, the reason why I say that would be the universally correct thing to do is this is why. If you start getting your money to make money for you, you can now start doing generational planning. And what I mean by that is this top 1%, which is more about like a 10 to 15% is the accurate number. So that top 10 to 15%, they do generational and wealth planning. What the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, those big name companies, big name people, like I think here you all have the Oppenheimers. There's a couple other big, the Steins, whoever the big names out here in South Africa, they have wealth planning for their lineage, meaning they're thinking generations down the line. They're not thinking about right here in front of them about mouth to, hand to mouth. Like they're not thinking about their kids they have right now. They're thinking about their great grandkids to make sure that they're still in power, they still have money. And because the world reset, because of what the lockdown and everything, like it gave an opportunity for all of us to start changing our lineage. But we do have to start changing our mindset around money. And the reason I'm saying this is because most of us have been taught to think one generation. And this is by design. Like, this is why most of us are taught, oh, you should get married, have those kids, and get your dream house. Okay, what about after that date? What about if you have grandkids, great grandkids? Like, why do you have to just live long enough to take care of your You know what I mean? Like, we're not taught to think very far. And I don't know how it is here traditionally for the country of South Africa, but I know some Native American friends that I had when I was growing up. They would tell me how, like, and you were reading the books too through history, where they talk about how Native Americans thought about the 2 or 3 generations ahead. So that's why they didn't overkill, they didn't overfarm the lands, things like that. And so, like, we really need to take that mindset now and adjust it to where we are in the year 2023. Like, what are some of the habits we can start taking control of? What are some ways that we can start improving our health? Like, what are things that we can start doing that we can invest in on our level? Like, even if it's just something as simple as joining a network marketing company to start a business to where you can start finally say, you know what? I have a business. I may not know how to work this business, but damn it, I have a business and I can figure it out because they're going to help me with training. I'm going to see other people that are working this business also so I can try different things and see what they're doing. And that's how we have to think now. We have to start thinking of ways that we can be of service because the only way to really start earning money is to be of service. And once you start earning that money, you need to start making that money make money for you. We need to be focusing on passive income, multiple streams of passive income. This isn't saying quit your job. And also, like, I was watching this thing today, and like, I really don't like how people disrespect jobs. Like, yes, I talk about I'm unemployable. Like, I'm not a person that's gonna ever work for someone again. But let's be real, man. Like, if it wasn't for jobs out here, those opportunities are helping people keep food on the table, keep a roof over their head, get back and forth wherever they need to do, have fun, have celebrations. And so a job isn't just over broke, man. A job is there to help you at the level that you're at. It's just you let that level be there and then start, changing very little bit of your habits and then just focusing on a little bit of your time outside of your job and start seeing things and discovering ways that you can start making extra money without dedicating your time to it. And I'm telling you, like, once you start making these changes, man, you're going to see your life change. Like, I didn't grow up with financial literacy. Like, I didn't even know that was a freaking word till I was probably like 27, man. Like, I'm really being honest with you here. Like, it started out, oh man, I wish I would have documented everything. That's why, like, and this is just a little tangent. That's why I'm documenting everything now, going through the actual passing of CC, going through rebuilding businesses, rebuilding my life, getting back healthier again. 'Cause, like, if you don't know, like, I put on about 20, 30 kilograms after CC's passing from depression. And, like, this is why I'm documenting it now because I wish I could have documented all of these things. Like, when we first started understanding financial literacy, when we started using the law of attraction to attract us becoming world travelers, when we started to do, my journey of health. Like, I wish I would have documented all of that because, like, when we first started learning how just to save money, it was in a bucket. Because we was like, look, I don't know. I knew I couldn't trust myself. She was like, she don't know if she could trust herself. So we had a bucket, and it was like a plastic bucket that had chips in it. It was like those big things like Cheeto Puffs or something. And we taped it up, cut a hole in the lid where we could slide the money in it, and we put on there. We printed out a little 52-week savings chart, and it told us how much to save each week, each day, or whatever. And then we put that in there. And then we had another one where we just did extra, where we just threw all of our loose change. So change we had in our cars, anything we found on our couch, on the floor, outside, out and about. And that's how we got first started understanding money. Then from there, we found out about Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman. We started following that Canadian lady. I can't remember her name, but it was a TV show called Till Death Do Us Part. Then we started watching that, and then it got us to a comfortable level. And then we started wanting to get past that comfort zone because we wanted to start hitting bigger milestones and bigger breakthroughs. And then that's how we started when we was in Panama. We started really looking into businesses. And so we got into network marketing businesses. We started understanding, okay, how do you do this? Like people are like, oh, just talk to five people and you'll start making all of this money. That's not true, yo. It's not true. It's a lie. And so we started understanding like, okay, we need to find people who's been successful with network marketing and try to see what are they teaching? Because what we were hearing from other people it just didn't make any sense and it took too much time. And so that's how we found Eric Worre. We found Ray Higman. And then we started using them as our mentors. And then from there, went into Grant Cardone teaching us about real estate. That's how I have, investments in real estate with his company. Then from there, we started understanding about Robert Kiyosaki. That's how I got it started, where I started stockpiling silver. So I collect silver bullion. Like, it's a progressive thing, man. Like, I didn't start out from birth with the knowledge that I have right now. I had to grow this. And it grew first from one, I admitted that I wasn't good with money. So I knew I didn't trust myself. So literally we took the plastic bucket, tied it up because it was duct tape around it. And we would throw the money in there so we couldn't get it. Like, how much really is that, man? Like, I'm just being real with you. Like, I really want you to understand, like, the discipline I have in these certain areas in my life now, it was because I built them. But I built them because I knew they were necessary for me to be the person that I wanted to be to this day. I knew I wanted to become a world traveler, a nomad, going from country to country, learning different cultures, starting to pick up different languages, building friendships and families throughout the world. And, that journey, it took 15 years? Let's say 15. Yeah, I think it's been about 15 years. And I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't trade it in the world for nothing. So, like, really think about it. We're in the new age. A new world is developing all around us. We're in the age of information now where, as me providing just my life story and things that I'm learning as I'm going through them and things that I've learned along the way, like, people want to hear stuff like this. Like how, had a great conversation on TikTok this morning. Me and George Washington III, check him out on TikTok. Like, me and him were talking and just talking about our experience, how much we're loving Africa, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, we're in such a cool world now. Like, the only thing that is holding us back is our own limitations that we're willing to hold on to. And so it's time to let go a lot of these limitations, especially all these limitations around money we've been lied to for generations and generations. It's time for us to start raising our financial literacy. It's time for us to start investing our money into things that's going to provide us ROI, return of interest. It's time for us to start making our money make money for us. We can't keep complaining that we want to change, we want these different opportunities, but we're not willing to change ourselves. couldn't go from 600 plus pounds to where I am now at, I think I'm 215, 220 maybe. I haven't checked in a while. And also, I keep it in kilos. I just like the smaller numbers. But like, I didn't lose that overnight, man. It took me years. But was it worth it? Yes. It was fucking worth it, man. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. And here's the thing that most people don't understand. Like, what you couldn't see through my video transitions as I was losing the weight and getting healthier, you couldn't see the things that I was reversing. You couldn't see how the nerves regrew in my leg. You couldn't see how my heart was pumping blood better. I was getting better blood circulation. You couldn't see how I was no longer pre-diabetic. You couldn't see how my lungs started to be able to breathe again to where I could breathe on my own at night without a machine. Those are things you couldn't see. And like even now, like when I'm doing these videos or I'm talking to things, you don't get to see the people I meet. You don't get to see the friends, the family that I get to build here. Like I'm having fun doing this. And that's the part that we're not taught. It's the journey. It's the rewriting yourself. That's the fun part. It's not the end goal. Like once I had realized that I lost, I think at that time, once I had realized, got down to like 350, I think, which was always like a goal weight for me. It was like a goal weight for like 7 years. Once I got down to 350, I was like, shit, I need to go farther. I didn't even care about hitting that 350 milestone. I was like, okay, let's keep going. Let's see how much better I can do. And so like, it's the journey that we should be focused on, not the end goal itself. Because if you stay in the present moment of the journey, you're going to really enjoy that ride, man. And you're going to be like, damn, this was well worth it. And so that's it for today, man. Like, I really just wanted to share that with you because I thought it was just interesting conversation. If you want to see the whole thread, just go to that video and check that thread out. And it's the one about I blew it. 'Cause I thought it was just an interesting point of view where someone's coming from and learning what I'm learning from my mentors and the people who are very wealthy and they're making very big moves right now. We just can't afford to keep thinking small right now. We have to unlock as much of this financial literacy knowledge as we can before, or hopefully it never does, but you just don't know before it closes up again. And so if you like this type of content, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe so that way you can see videos like this that are uploaded daily. And make sure you catch out my shorts and leave any comments if you have any comments or any type of shorts that you would like me to put up for you. And most importantly, just remember this, I'm Jason and success is simple once you know how.